Well, how do you fancy that then? David Gaudu went and done it. Something like that. What a phenomenal finish that was from the Frenchman. We just weren't expecting that, Adam, were we?
No one was. Mads Pedersen wasn't. Jonas Vingegaard wasn't.
We weren't.
Just that speed coming into that corner then. Took the inside line, proper dive bomb. Probably shouted dive bomb on the way into that corner. But the speed he came out of that corner, he just got on the pedals half a second earlier than what Mads did. So just that one pedal revolution, I think, was able to get him up to speed. But even against Mads Pedersen, to hold on in even such a short amount of time, you've got to take your hats off to him. What a man.
Yeah, I think we can call that was basically the whole shot. Now, at the moment, Gaudu's in fifth behind Ola from Movistar, and Ola loses the wheel. So Gaudu's already got an accelerate. He accelerates into fourth wheel, third wheel, straight onto wheel of Jonas. It's still Ciccone on the front, and it's this audacious little manoeuvre. Just completely cuts the apex, carries even more speed, but he's a light guy as well, isn't he? He's probably putting out 200 or 300 watts less, but he's lighter.
Yeah.
Matches him, and ultimately, what was it, half a length in the end? But it was, as well as strong, Adam, technically just brilliant, wasn't it? Absolutely brilliant win from Gaudu.
I think that's what he needed. Well, obviously it's what he needed. Everyone needs a win, but I think just that nip down the inside, getting on the pedals that little bit earlier.
Yep.
And as you said, it was flat at the finish, but there was a slight ramp coming out that corner. You said the weight there might make a difference. Obviously something made a difference because he came out of that corner like an absolute rocket, and they are basically side by side here. And he just put distance into Pedersen. So yeah, full chapeau to him, and something that I don't think anyone expected at the start of the day.
No, he wasn't in our top 10 list, despite coming up
top
there yesterday.
20.
Top 20 list, no. And it was more of a... If you look at the riders there, and I'm sure we'll have a bit more of a debrief when the dust settles, but it was basically GC riders and Mads Pedersen.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody else was nowhere to be seen. Ola was there as well, but another, not a GC day, but GC names up there. So that was entertaining, wasn't it?
It was wonderful to watch. He hasn't had a win since February. Bad luck in the team as well, with Guillaume Martin dropping out of the race already. So that's going to be a hugely valuable boost, not just for Gaudu, but for the whole team as well.
Day three as well. Day three in the Grand Tour. If you've got a win under your belt already, everything is... It's not plain sailing after, but that pressure on the shoulders just eases ever so slightly. And ultimately, it will give them more confidence to go and do this again. Not just Gaudu, but all the riders in that team. They'll gain that little bit of confidence. I think we have a look at the heli here, as Matt was saying. We've got Gaudu down here, so we're not doing telestrator anymore. Sorry, we'll move back. Well, here it is, little tease for you.
Just give you a little bit of a tease. As Mads Pedersen teased us, we thought that was going to be his stage for the taking. Lidl-Trek did such a phenomenal job all day. Third stage in a row where they're going to be frustrated now, Matt.
They will be. They didn't do anything wrong. In fact, apart from not being able to match Gaudu, the team did nothing wrong. Mads Pedersen didn't do anything wrong. On the day, they were matched by somebody who was better. And actually, let's be honest, it's all about that corner. Clearly, he's in great shape. He was on the podium yesterday, Gaudu. We know he can climb really well, but I don't think I've ever seen him so explosive. No. I mean, that was amazing. No. And just as he came up, we're seeing it in slow-mo, we're looking at it again in slow motion, but the way he came around that corner, we're not. It was just, again, it was just that little gap that you had to close first to get onto the wheel. And then it was Jonas. We're seeing it again now. So Jonas, here we go. So imagine there's a telestrator, folks. So here he is, fifth place. Gaudu's up the inside, finds the space, then immediately goes up the inside of Ciccone, because
he's almost got a breather here. At this point, it's just breather. It's whipped down the inside.
Completely different line.
And that house is completely in the wrong position. But as he comes out the corner, you can just see, as he freewheeled round, both of them weren't pedalling, but he just had more speed. It was like we said earlier, you got to risk it to be in with a chance today. And Mads, yes, he risked it going into the corner, but he was cautious of how tight that corner was. Gaudu was just full commitment. I'm committing to this. Down the inside, it's either work or it's not going to work. And luckily for him,
brilliant.
It worked to perfection.
It's amazing, isn't it, how much detail. We could probably talk about this for the next half an hour. That just 75 metres of bike racing, you can drill and look at so much. But the way that Gaudu went round the corner, so he cut the apex, carried more speed, but it's shorter distance by probably about 3 metres. So when you've got Mads Pedersen going wide and he's cutting the apex, he's basically just shut the gap in no time by selecting a different line. The riskier line, but it paid dividends. It's just brilliant to analyse, isn't it?